tell you a guy that I would have number 1 on this list, but for whatever reason, they seem to see something I don't. Mike Tomlin. When the fuck is Mike Tomlin won? Seriously.
Yeah, you got to put Harbaugh in there too then.
Mike Tomlin should have been fired 5 years ago.
Well, guess what? Mike Tomlin just signed a big-time extension about a week or so ago, so he will not be on the hot seat. He's on the ice, extremely cold seat.
No, you're right. And
you better put Harbaugh in there because either one of them has won a Super Bowl in the same year.
I've gotten shtick for a long time, and I remember I think it was me who and I argued about this.
Probably me and you, bro, because I'm huge on Mike Tomlin. From a football, it's something like Mike Tomlin's an all-time coach, bro. I don't think he gets enough fucking love because of at the end of the day, it's a players-driven league. You can only coach what you can coach. And if you don't have a damn quarterback in this league, I don't care who you are. You could be the greatest coach since coaching started. If you don't have a quarterback, you're not going to win games.
But hold on a second. Okay, and it wasn't you that I argued with. I want to say it was Shaun King, maybe. I don't know.
I think it was me and Shaun and you.
Yeah. So just hear me out. Over the last 8-ish years, okay, they've lost by an average of 21 points per game in the playoffs when they've gotten there. Remember, he won a Super Bowl 15 years ago, or I think it was more than that, actually. 2008 or 9. That's a long time ago. He hasn't won fuck all since then. And don't say, if you're going to put the quarterback on certain coaches, it's his job to go out and mediate and try to get a quarterback as well. It's not just a front office. And this, you're right, has been a problem for this franchise. They, for whatever reason, have not been able to find a quarterback since Big Ben Roethlisberger.
But let's be fair. Let's be fair. Tomlin loses a multiple Super Bowl winning quarterback in Ben Roethlisberger. He still went to the playoffs, though, at least. Belichick loses a multiple winning time Super Bowl quarterback, and then we all say, what? He's either it was his fault or it's Brady. Whose team was it? What was the reason for winning? If you lose a quarterback in this league, in a quarterback-driven league, I believe take both. Take both guys.
16 years ago, you were just talking about what were you doing in 2008, Smitty?
I was in 8th grade, getting ready for high school.
Okay. I was just out of high school. Okay.
I was the head coach at Compton College.
Yeah. And I mean, you're in your 60s now, JB?
Been a long 48, time. Motherfucker.
All right. But I'm just saying, this would not happen. And no other team in the NFL would put up with this. This guy has done nothing. And remember, let's just say he gets to the playoffs. Okay. They're getting fucking bulldozed in the playoffs. They're not even in the games. They're getting crushed.
The fact that they're making it, though, that's why I don't think you understand. Like, let's be real, but these Steelers teams, man, these players they've had, quarterbacks they've had, they shouldn't even be in the
Okay, but remember, they haven't gotten past the AFC wild card since 2017. Okay?
Then my point, Jeff, to you, though, my rebuttal to you, though, is then John Harbaugh needs to be on the same list. And
Talk about it.
He doesn't get clearly enough heat.
But you're right. And in terms of, if I can call a spade, you're right. I mean, in terms of
why your energy not the same then? Keep it real.
Well, it is. And again, if you would wait, first of all,
can't wait.
First, it was 2012, so it was only 12 years ago. And number two, John Harbaugh went to the AFC title game last year and probably should have won. So
yes,
there's
also
more relevant.
And I love Harbaugh. Harbaugh's team, he has fucking Lamar Jackson. Please put Lamar Jackson on the Steelers. Everything the same. Please put Lamar with Mike Tomlin on that Steelers team.
If I'm a coach of either team, I would have gotten rid of both of them if I'm the coach. And if this was Philadelphia, Harbaugh would have been out a long time ago. Remember, the Eagles fired Doug Peterson a year after he won a Super Bowl. They're probably going to fire Nick Sirianni.
Philly, y'all are the outliers, though. Y'all don't give a fuck. Y'all got to win. Like, players will get dropped. Coaches will get dropped. Y'all got to win. If you don't win now, they move on.
Because in this town, every year, the expectation is Super Bowl or bust. And if you do not put up or shut up, you're out. We're not dealing with mediocrity. And in Pittsburgh, about 5 hours that way, they accept mediocrity. And this state is known for it. Okay, Penn State, they're another mediocre group. They have accepted mediocrity and being third best in a Big Ten for a long time. And the last time they were relevant was when Joe Paterno was there. And that was a long time ago. This state accepts mediocrity. This team, though, in this area doesn't. And we want the best coach possible.
Y'all should have kept Andy Reid then.
Agreed.
Jeff,
But
let's
he got
dive into
fired.
some hell yeah. Let's end the show with some hell yeah, hell no before we thank Big Smitty for coming on the show for the last year. Let's dive into some hell yeah, hell no.
Real quick? What's with this shtick? I don't get it. I mean, you're not going anywhere.
Stick.
Yeah,
No stick, bro. We just kind of, came to some understanding
Who's going to be the new
that
co-host?
well, I got some things going on in the personal life. I might have to go back to Indianapolis, number one. Number two, JB also told me yesterday live on the show that the reason why I was on the show in the first place was a diversity hire. He said he needed my demographic. He needed young black, millennials to join the show.
I never said that.
Let me ask you though, what's we all have everyone has their roles on a show. Like what's the issue there?
I mean, like I thought I was hired on because of my skill set. I thought I was hired on because of my skill set, because of my
media
experience at Fox, being on the live big network program for a year and a half every single day, and being the one on here with that experience. But instead, I'm hired because I'm a black dude. I'm the black face.
Smitty, as I say to all the girls that I speak to, that say I'm never drinking again on Sunday. See you next week.
All right, go ahead.
Hey, you know what, Jeff? I think I'm going to go after the bald broad on ESPN because I'll never be canceled if I get her on the show. So I'm going to go after her next. All right, let's dive into.
Wow, Shaun King actually came back into the chat to say, "Stop hating, Jeff. Mike T is the best coach in the league." Well, listen, I hate that you accept mediocrity, Shaun. I guess you have some sort of relation to him, but you're not wrong. You're wrong. He's not the best coach in the league. He's fucking mediocre, and it's a mediocre hire, and that's why Pittsburgh never wins shit. I respect Shaun a lot. He was a great quarterback, and I respect his opinion, but no offense, Shaun, it's a ridiculous hill to die on here. It just is.
Mike T
won for 16 years.
Mike T, are you talking about the SEC Big Ten?
Mike Tomlin.
Well,
that's what you came on.
Here's the deal. If you go by current NFL head coaches who haven't won since 2008, 85% of them will be fired. It's not like there's a whole lot of
pretty much have.
Right, but my thing is, who's better than Mike T and Harbaugh out there? When you don't show patience as an organization, like the Eagles got rid of Andy Reid, they hadn't replaced him yet with anybody better.
And guess what? They won a Super Bowl. They won a Super Bowl, which he couldn't do.
I know, but when you look at
he's won 3 though since he's left.
But he didn't win here. That's the thing. And listen, I agree with you. I probably would have kept Reid for maybe another year or two, but it was growing stale. He was here over a decade. You weren't able to get up over the hump. And this organization, as I said, believes in Super Bowl or bust. The group in the left side of this state doesn't. They're like a goofy bowl. As long as we get to a bowl game, as long as we're kind of relevant, and let's get to the playoffs and lose by 21 or more every game over the last 7 years. To me, that is not a winning season.
So do you give any credence? Oh, can we agree on this? The NFL has the most parity of any professional league in America. Like the most parity, where you can go from a catfish one year to being top of the food chain the next in one off season. It's not surprising when that happens. Having said that, the consistency of never, ever having had a team below 500, I mean, that says something about Mike T's ability to get the most out of the current personnel he has. Like, I'm trying to figure out, when have they underachieved? Like, you keep talking about these playoff losses. Like, when did they lose these games and had the better team?
Yeah, but also remember, up until recently, let's just say over the last few years, that division has not been good. The Bengals stank. The Bengals stank. Cleveland. I mean, what the fuck are you going to get out of Cleveland? They've sucked forever. I get you a Baltimore, but listen, me winning 8 games and going 500 every year, or let's say 9-7. Yeah, Marvin Lewis, Jim Caldwell. I mean, all those guys did that. And where the fuck are they? Nowhere. they're all off the street.